either in form of three-dimensional objects like a sphere or single piece of text messages. So in this exercise, we try to do a little bit of minor enhancement by using something we had learned before. For example, the pixel image. So we'll make use of the pixel image in order to render the particles in some customized form. So in the patch, I have removed everything after the part render, and I have also removed the part color because I do not want to change the color of the image I'm using in the original PNG file. So what I'm going to do is I try to put in first a rectangle. And I can also put in two numbers to control the size of the rectangle in order to fit the image I'm going to use later. So this is something quite similar to what we have done by using the sphere. So instead of using the 3D objects or 3D shape, I just use a 2D one, rectangle. And you can customize the shape of the rectangle by putting this change in the size through the two number boxes. And the rest will be just the same. You can change the speed and the number of source particles and also the age. And for the second part, that is the motion detection, you can just go back to the original by putting in the detection for the alpha channel and adjust the slider for the sensitivity. So this is the first part we try to modify in order to set up for the pixel image. So the second part is we try to do something we have done before by using an external image through the use of a pixel image command. So after we have the pixel image, of course, we need to do a texture before we can wrap it around the rectangle. The steps are quite similar to what we have done by using the gem head directly to send the graphical image from pixel image to pixel texture and then to a rectangle. To specify which particular image you would like to open, we'll use an open command for the pixel image object. So I prepare an image called pool.png and we can just open it to have a look. So this is the one before we open the PNG file. So after we open the PNG file, it generates the rectangle but at the same time with the texture map on top of that particular rectangle. So we can increase the size of the rectangle to have a closer look. So the response will be just the same when you are moving in front of the camera. So it will generate a sequence of those images, which is just an individual particle. I can also go to the folder and then to have a look of this PNG file. So actually this PNG file comes with an alpha channel. So in the preview we can see that the gray area is actually transparent. So I have removed all the background by using the alpha channel embedded with the original RGB color images. So in order to make use of the alpha channel information, I can also insert an additional command between the image and texture. So this is also another command we have learned before, that's the alpha. So that's done. So I put in the alpha between the pix image and pix texture, such that we can have an alpha blending between the RGB channels and also the alpha channels. So in this example, you can see that whenever, for example, you generate the individual particles, so the last one is you can see the white background that's behind the Winnie the Pooh figures. But for this one, when we enable the alpha channel, so the white background will be removed because of the transparency information embedded in the PNG file. So in this case, you can customize your image into something according to your graphical form. So you do not need to, for example, put in the rectangular shape for all other objects or graphics. So again, this is the demonstration of the use of particle system with the combination of the motion tracking, and we can, for example, make use of the particle system to render, so in the early case, 2D or 3D geometrical form, and then we can also add it the text information like the piece of text. And then we can also make it a little bit more complicated by combining 2D form like the rectangle with the texture, which is we obtain from pix image command, and with or without an alpha channel for the transparency. So those are the flexibility you can look into to play around with the particle system, and also the way of using the motion in front of the camera to add in the interactivity of the particle system.